Hi, this is Zach here with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Thursday, the 22nd of February. Starting off with the S&P, which still bouncing at the floor of that rising trend channel or that rising formation in place since October. The nominal support area towards 49.60. Above that, we're looking for obviously a retest of the best levels towards 50.50. Best case would be up to 5100 by the end of March. Can't resist looking at the Nasdaq, which obviously didn't factor in the surge in Nvidia after the close. But here we've got what looks to be the support area for this market around 17,300. Above that, we're still looking for 18,400 by the end of next month at that September resistance line projection. Worst case at the moment down to the 50-day line, 17,100. RSI still above 50, which may be telling in terms of the price action over coming days. Moving on to the stocks, and an old favorite, Corbus. Here you can see that we're still in this consolidation pattern. Looks like a mid-move consolidation ahead of a move up towards the top of that triangle from the spring of last year as high as $42. We're looking for that to happen as soon as the end of next month, and we're hoping that the shares will remain above the $23, $24 area, which is recent support. A stock which is perhaps not so common here is Emergent, but we've got a broadening triangle base here. We've pushed through, gapped through the 50-day moving average at $2. Of that, we're looking for $4.10 at the top of the triangle from November by the end of next month. Another new name, Energy Focus, and here you can see that we've gapped through the 50-day moving average, which is rather pleasant. That suggests reasonable turnarounds on its way. Could already argue that we're very near to the top of the broadening triangle base, $2.90. But we are looking for that to be retested over the next few days while we remain above resistance on the way down at $1.85. Next up is a situation which maybe will be a similar turnaround to the ones we're looking at the moment, or looked at so far. 1847. Here you can see that it's obviously been a rather nasty bear phase for the shares, but it looks like they're trying to break out of that now. The current situation is that we've got this broadening triangle, and the shares are consolidating above the 50-day moving average. That's around $2.24, and the initial target there, $3.55, which is the top of the triangle. Best case would be up to $5 by the end of next month if we can get through $3.55 in a swift fashion. Next up is Incannex, where we've got this nice broadening triangle base, the top of the triangle nominally at $9.50, which we're looking at for the end of next month, and we want to see the shares remain above recent resistance on the way down in the $5 area, so above 5, looking for 9 on Incannex, 9 plus probably over the near term. Another potential stock to keep an eye on for the bulls is Iovance, and here we've got this wide rising trend channel from back in July, top of that channel up to $21. That's our target for the end of next month, especially while we remain above the recent resistance around $13.50, the resistance from earlier this week. But the unfilled gap to the upside, giving this chart a very good look indeed. We move along to Ideal Power, where there's been a broadening triangle base in place, in theory at least. September resistance line projection heading to $13. We're looking for that by the end of next month or even sooner, while we remain above recent resistance around the $9.70 mark. So a reasonably attractive looking risk reward situation there. On to Janux, and here nice breakout, unfilled gap to the upside through a rising 50-day moving average. Recent resistance around $11.80, and above that looking for the top of that rising trend channel from the end of June as high as $18 by the end of next month. Good stock code for Mediaalpha. Max sounds quite dynamic, and in terms of the price action, it's living up to the ticker code, let's say. Rising trend channel there from November, top of that channel heading for $25, and we're looking for that by the end of next month while we remain above the old February 2023 resistance at $17 on an end of day close basis. Stock of the moment, and possibly stock of the year, or stock of last year at least, it was and is Nvidia. Here were obviously a lot of bedwetters before the big announcement, but you can see now that probably the $665 area will be the support for the shares. Pre-market obviously up to nearly $770. and we're looking for $920 perhaps as soon as the end of next month, given the AI revolution that we are still going through. On to a less high-profile situation at Origin Agritech, but broadening triangle base looks quite encouraging. $6.50 the target there, maybe by the end of next month, and especially while we remain above the old September-October resistance around $3.50 on an end-of-day close basis. Obviously, at the moment, pre-market saying $3.24. Another stock which we've covered recently is Sonder, and looking for this situation to turn around. The start of a turnaround can be the break above the 50-day moving average, which we've just been treated to, and it's nice to see that kind of U-shaped, saucer-shaped turnaround. That suggests that we are in a broadening triangle base and could hit the top of the triangle there as high as $5.30 over the next 2 to 4 weeks. The 50-day line also curling up quite nicely. We looked at the next stock quite a few times before, Taysha Gene Therapies, and you can see from the resistance lines in the past. Current situation though is that we've broken through neckline resistance around $2, and above that looking for the old September resistance on the way down as high as $3.20 over the next 2 to 4 weeks. Finishing off with Xbiotech, and here beautiful U-shaped turnaround over the post-spring period. That means that we're looking for further decent progress here, probably up to the top of the rising trend channel we're drawing at the moment. That's heading as high as the $9 area, and we're looking at that by the end of next month, especially while we remain above that neckline resistance around $6. So not a bad risk-reward trade there. Potentially above 6, looking for 9+ on Xbiotech. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.